It's Thursday, January 29th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host for today, Jace Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Jacob Gramania, working his way behind the boards. Has it been Cologne and Vic this whole time?
Has it been what?
Bartolo Colon and Michael Vick behind you this whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
I think since the first stream.
I wonder if we should change it up at any point. Look at me. I'm like a goldfish. I get sidetracked so easily. What's your thoughts on that? Should we get different?
We could
jerseys?
change it up.
Maybe we'll see what the chat has to say about it. Maybe we'll get like a list of jerseys to get up there. I remember yesterday someone was saying we should get an Xavier Smith jersey. No. We can't get an Xavier Smith. That guy didn't win us a bet.
No, he said no Xavier Smith
no
jersey.
Xavier Smith
We're
jersey.
not getting one.
There we go. I think it was Chosen Sports who said that. But yeah, no Xavier Smith, especially not for Hitman, because not only did he lose the anytime touchdown, but he lost him a Rams +3. I mean, you can't just blame it on him, but when you fumble a punt return, like, yeah, it's pretty big swing there. Anyways, let's get back on track. A lot to get into today. Excited to talk some sports throughout the board. It's Thursday. That means Edgebrook overtime closes things out. But looking at the top, batting on the open, Geoff Fienberg. We're going to talk a little bit about his, Hall of Fame opinion, which he had on Twitter. I will give Geoff credit. He's the only guy with the balls to actually say it. All these guys, all these voters who didn't vote. I know Geoff's not a voter. All these voters who didn't vote for Belichick, they haven't come out. They haven't said anything. Everyone's saying that they voted for Belichick. But that can't be possible. How could that even be possible? He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. So if everyone voted for him, how is that possible? It's not. So I'm going to get Geoff's opinion on that. It's a bad take, but we'll let him. It's all right. This is where bad takes go to breathe. So I can hear him in the background calling me an idiot. Did you hear that? All right. He's going to talk some Farmers Open as well. And then we got Isaac coming on, talking Australian Open, talking about Sinner and Alcaraz potentially to face off again for what is like the sixth time in a major over the past 2 years. They're taking over tennis. It's going to be good to watch that, and excited to talk to Isaac about it. Last time he was on the show, gave out a 10-1 big bomb bammer. Got to get an update, see if his friend, who has his Claude AI bot set up to his DraftKings, his other account, to purchase something on Amazon every time he hits big on a parlay or such. Wonder if he maybe bought a purchase, got something there. And then finally, again, like I said, closing out things with Edgebrook overtime. Before we get into things, before we bring on Geoff, I know he's pissed off. I can see the steam coming out of his ears. He really wants to get into it with me. I just want to give you a quick shout out to our friends over at BetStamp. All right, if you've been on the fence about trying BetStamp Pro, this is the cheapest and easiest way you're going to get in all year. They're running postseason specials right now. 1 week of BetStamp Pro for 50% off the normal weekly price. That gives you full access to every single screen, odds feeds, and markets across the entire board. That's prop markets, main markets, alt lines, plus all major prediction markets, including full order book history, so you can actually see how these markets are trading. This is the same screen that syndicates and betting groups use to identify scalable plays and stay ahead of the market. Available for a limited time. This is the lowest commitment way to try it, during the biggest betting month of the year. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description down below. And I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is. I just opened BetStamp Pro right now. I'm going to head over to FanDuel. What are we feeling? We're feeling something in the NBA today. It's going to take a second to load here. Internet's not good at the office. Anyways, usually it works. It works if you're at home, not here at the office. Oh, there we go. Let's see, what do we like here? Joel Embiid, over 1.5 blocks, plus 200 at FanDuel. It's a good number. Look how quick and easy that was. Found a bet in less than 30 seconds, and the longest it took me was for the internet to load. So anyways, BetStamp, you're going to want to scan the QR code on screen, click the link in the description if you want to sign up for BetStamp Pro. All right. Geoff is pissed off at me. I can hear him. He texted me saying stock down this week, which actually hurt me. It hurt me. But it's okay. He's here. He's on time. He has the link. We're good to go. He would always be on time. The only time he's not on time is when he doesn't have the link, and it's usually my fault. So anyways, he's the biggest Phillip Rivers fan I know. He is, you've seen him on Circle Back. Geoff, how's it going, my friend?
Geez, I thought I could get like away from you this week, but Moretto asked. I was busy yesterday, and I got you. I thought, geez, it's it. I got to escape Jason for the week, but nope. Here I am.
Yeah, you're like excited Monday. You weren't in office. You're at home. You're like, yes, I don't have to see him. He doesn't have to come in and say, hey, I like your sweater this week. You're avoiding all the good office banter that we usually have, but you couldn't escape us. I don't know if you saw, you got called out yesterday. Not by me, but by Ryan. He came on the show and he said, it's embarrassing that Geoff was running away. He should be on this show, and he's afraid.
I will say I wanted to come on this week because I should face the music, but it's going to, I think, be a long year for some golf bets. Like, Scotty Scheffler's not supposed to win the Amex. Like, we're supposed to, you're supposed to, just pile your 200 to ones and, win a wedge 10-foot putting contest. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to, bet again the week Scheffler plays. I mean that. Just without markets. And then I'll have to be perpetually online all throughout our circles, our circle back recording, because I'm going to need to find the without markets as they come up and then find the ones that give me, some odds that are even better than the with markets. So it's a whole cluster expletive, but he put me in a pretzel. Not even that I bet a lot last week, but I'll own that. I told you not to use your boosts on him.
No, I honestly wasn't even talking about that. That was not what me and Ryan were talking about. It's
so
okay.
What did I run away from Noonan from?
Your Bill Belichick Hall of Fame.
Oh my God, you guys. I don't think you even understood my take. I agree, he should be in. He should be in. It's crazy he's not in. I'm saying why people didn't vote it for him. That's what I'm saying. That's all. If I had a vote, I'm voting for him. I don't know that it takes much critical thinking to realize the reason he didn't get in is because people are litigating 20 plus year old grudges. I don't know how young some of you people are. I'm old. I'm not that old. I've watched sports long enough. We watched enough of these Hall of Fame things to know sometimes they go sideways because some of these curmudgeon 80-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old men use them as a mechanism to be jury on something that was litigated many years ago. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I think they're insane to not have put him in, but I was just pointing out the reason why he didn't get in, which I think was absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's okay. I just listen. That's why we don't like Twitter. That's why we don't like X. There's only so many words. Sometimes
Bill Belichick should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame yesterday.
Yeah. To be fair, to give you credit, you did say if you were voting, you would have him, of course, in.
Of course I would. What are we doing? It's embarrassing. I get there might be one or two people with a grudge. I don't know how they were able to canvass two handfuls of them though.
Yeah.
Right? We even saw which baseball player didn't get unanimous. That was ridiculous. Baseball's its own thing, but one or two or three off the reservation. I don't know. Maybe that's not allowed to say. I didn't mean shit. One or two or three, people going against what normal thought should be, fine. But the fact that they had at least 10 or 11, that is pretty surprising. That was very surprising. I also think Robert Kraft will finally get in this year, who I believe should have been in long ago. Long ago, in my opinion. So we'll see, and they won't have the guts to pull this shit with Brady. There's not a chance. People will blame the blowback from this year. There's just no chance. They've taken a pound of flesh from Bill. They've taken multiple pounds of flesh from Mr. Kraft. The piper will be paid for Brady.
Yeah, not the only time Mr. Kraft has gotten.
Now I gotta speak to New. Oh God.
I'll litigate with you guys. I'll mention it to him.
No, you message him.
I'll message him. Yeah.
We're idiots.
I'll message him. That's my bad. That's my bad.
That's on you.
That
I wouldn't give Ryan that.
It was. I did sort of poke the bear. I stirred the pot, as you know I like to do. And I was just gonna say Robert Kraft, not the first time he's gone to pound of flesh, especially in the state of Florida. Anyways,
whatever. Who cares?
Let me make a joke. Anyways,
I get it, but listen. When you got I got some buddies who got all the money in the world, but sometimes they just like it seedy. You know what I mean? Like, not everything's got to be 5-star, even when you got all the money in the world.
Listen,
sometimes you just like a rundown hojo. That's a Howard Johnson hotel. For those of you that don't know what that is.
All right. I was just going to say, I love steak dinners, but sometimes I'll go to McDonald's for a sandwich. So anyways, I guess that's the best way
let that McDouble coagulate a little.
There you go,
and
Geoff.
it'll hit the spot just right, Jay.
There you go. All right. Moving on. You're wearing your Chargers hat, right? Or is that?
I'm cold. I'm freezing cold.
It's cold, eh? It's cold in the.
Maybe I'm getting sick, but maybe it's just talking to you.
Cold in the Fienberg household. You're sick of talking to me. I was just gonna ask about. McDaniel. You guys hired your offensive coordinator. It's almost like ironic that someone who is giving you so much grief over the past couple of years, because he's sort of been the fuel behind the Tua non-fire, right? Like, he is almost the reason why you've had so much grief, and now he's joining your side. How do you feel about the McDaniel hire?
Well, you go from Greg Roman to Mike McDaniel. I mean, we're going from a swamp donkey to, maybe not lead cheerleader, but, a girl who was on the cheer squad. So we're pretty excited about that. I don't know, it's pretty much been universally praised. I think as a Chargers fan, Jay, it's encouraging because it shows that Jim Harbaugh really will do anything to win, right? He will just find the best people for the job. Losing Minter is gonna hurt, but yeah, getting Mike McDaniel should be pretty exciting. And you're not wrong. I mean, he put air in the Tua tires. And that just shows what a skilled schemer, play caller that he is.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk some Farmers Open. We want to get in some bets that you have for this week. What?
Sure, let's
go. No. Finish your sentence.
I just mean, I'll preface. I have not looked at any scores today. I don't like to follow on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. I know it's still early there because they're on the West Coast, but despite what you might think, I got things to do, and I don't like sweating over every 5-foot putt and then it ruining my mood for the next half hour. So I've not paid attention to anything. I did know I was coming on with you, so I got an afternoon 3-ball.
Okay.
We can make a little money on.
There we go.
But the reason I sent Noonan on for me yesterday is because we pretty much had the exact same picks.
Okay, got it. But
right. Ludwig Aberg, Michael Thorbjornson, Taylor Pendrith, and Ramses Niergaard Pedersen.
Mav McNeely
which is,
as well.
Me trying to get really cocky and call something special.
And
I can break any of them down if you want me to.
No, it's all right. Give us the 3-ball. Also, someone mentioned, do you like Mav McNeely? I know the chat is loving.
I like Mav, but you can't bet them all.
Okay. All right.
Mav, Ludwig ran Mav down here last year.
Okay.
Mav should be a lovely course fit. Although, I got nothing bad to say about Mav. Was sort of lurking there at 35-1. I stared at it a lot this week. I didn't bet it.
All right.
Why is he playing well this morning?
No, it just started. They literally just I think there's a group at hole 10, a group at hole 1.
Yeah, so they started 2 hours ago.
Okay. All right. Well, I obviously have wrong information. Anyways, Geoff, talk about your 3-ball for the tournament. Or
for today, we can make a little money. I think it's going off at 135 today. We're gonna take Blue Devil alumni Alex Smalley plus 175 in a 3-ball against Killer Keith Mitchell and Vince Whaley. Obviously, I'm a little bit scared of Mitchell here, but Alex Smalley is just so consistent with the ball striking. I think it'll prove to be the X factor for us on a day at Torrey Pines. Yes, it was less than a year ago. I saw Alex Smalley at the Palm Beach airport. He was still wearing a mask. I found that concerning, but I'm still willing to bet on him in golf. Plus 170, Alex Smalley. Plus 175, Alex Smalley 3-ball today against Killer Keith Mitchell and Vince Whaley. That one's going off at 1:35. We're gonna have to sweat over some bumpy putts, some bumpy 8-footers on the POA greens, but it's not like I trust Keith Mitchell to make those either.
All right, Alex Smalley plus 170 at FanDuel. It looks like it moved a little bit, Geoff. That's
FanDuel's a good site. You can shop around. It's coming up, getting ready to celebrate Fanuary at FanDuel. It's for people who love betting the coin flip. So shout out to all the fans of Fanuary at FanDuel. I saw a great FanDuel commercial the other day, so I'm just here, helping promote the brand. Fanuary. FanDuel.
You know what's crazy? I have a friend who's in that commercial for like 3 seconds.
What do you mean?
Like,
Which person?
Do you do commercials?
No, I don't.
I know the whole commercial. You can just say which character.
It's like one of the persons on the couch.
Oh, okay.
When they're like,
Yeah.
Why don't you be a commercial actor?
I would love to. Maybe you can set me up. Do you know?
I don't know anyone. You just said you know a guy in the commercial.
I don't I know. I went to high school with him. I don't know them.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so he's like an aspiring. That's okay. Commercial work.
I don't even think they're an aspiring actor. I think they just kind of fell into something. But I don't know.
Oh, is that like something you can get through a FanDuel VIP program?
I don't think they're in the. I don't think she's in the FanDuel VIP program. Maybe she is. Who knows? Historically, women are better at or win more in betting accounts than men do.
Can we go full circle here?
Yeah.
I am actually thrilled. People give the Hall of Fame like a ton of shit for the Bill Belichick stuff, but now we're going on 2 years where they have not been influenced by the Manning family cabal, and I'm proud of them for that. And they deserve a lot of heat and the reckoning that they're getting over this Belichick nonsense, shenanigans. But can we not at least give them a small pat on the back? Like, I thought, year one, whatever, Eli obviously not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I thought there's no way. And they're like, how long do you think they can run this out on him?
I don't know. Do you think he should be a Hall of Famer?
I'm not allowed to speak on this. The internet yells at me because I love Phillip Rivers. So apparently it's like a clouded take.
So how is it clouded though? It's Eli's obviously better than Phil.
Well, Eli forbid to play for the Chargers, and then we had a bit of a beef.
Sorry, that part. Yeah.
Listen, you're so young, you forget these things.
No, I remember this because I remember when there was the article that came out about Caleb Williams saying he didn't want to play for the Bears, which wasn't true, by the way, the fake article. I was going off on these shows talking about how Eli Manning never did the
said
same thing.
Wouldn't. Eli never said himself that he wouldn't play for the Chargers. He had his dad say it, and still all these years later, he still hasn't said anything. But he's a charming guy. It's hard to not like that Eli Manning, but I'm impressed that the Hall of Fame has held the line on the Manning family cabal as it proclaims to the 2 Super Bowls that Eli has.
I think he should be in though. Not to be annoying, Geoff.
No, I don't disagree. I thought he'd be in. When? Like, you should have thought he was a first ballot?
No.
Should have been in this time.
At this point.
Yeah, And I'm happy he wasn't first ballot because I wouldn't have wanted to see that when I was there for Gates last year. But I agree. Like, Eli should get in. Pizzola is probably the most hardline anti-Eli guy in the building.
Yeah, and Pizzola and George are going back and forth in our group, kind of sparking a debate. And you could tell who was on what side of those Super Bowls just based on both of their opinions on if Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame or not. No, did you not get the same thing that I did there?
I'm still mad that Rodney Harrison let David Tyree catch that ball. So your nickname's the Hitman. You could separate a ball from a helmet, dude.
Yeah. Any other Hall of Fame takes you have for us, Geoff, before you head out here?
No, that's about it. Looking forward to the Super Bowl. I got my Seahawks future. Looking forward next Wednesday. Are you getting bumped for the extravaganza, or are you still doing the show?
I am still doing a show from what I'm aware of. I believe it starts at 1.
Are you being bumped from the extravaganza?
I'm on the extravaganza.
Okay.
I don't know if I was allowed to say that.
You're on it. Some big names didn't make it, and you're on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are the big names?
We'll have to wait.
Well, last year you did the worst thing.
What?
That's the thing. We could do
No, wait. What did I do that was the worst thing?
You joined the Super Bowl prop extravaganza and gave a side in the Super Bowl.
Because I did it for the last 2 years, and they were
you
winners.
Apparently begged Pizzola to let you be on. Then I'll find Jason. We'll let you on. We'll upset someone. And then it is true. You gave a side. Did you not give a side?
I did give a side, but it's a prop betting extravaganza.
Yeah, so you give the most liquid market imaginable. That's really just coin flipping. I mean, listen. Fun. I was 0 for 3 going to last year, and
and you're still on it.
Yeah, but because last year I think Pizzola would only take one, but I gave a full Jalen Hurts ladder of picks, and they all hit.
Incredible.
Rushing stuff.
Okay, all right. So
I only remember this because if I didn't get it right, I told Rob I'm never coming back on. So it was my retirement match.
To be fair, I'm 2-1 on the prop extravaganza, so I feel like I've earned my spot.
You've been on for 3 years.
Yeah. Here's the thing: I produced the show, and whenever Rob had to go pee, I would just come in and hijack it and make my own pick. So, does that sound like something I would do?
Okay, that's good. Now the real show can start. I'm getting it.
All right, nah, come on, Jeff. We appreciate you joining the show.
Now the real bettors can start.
I'm gonna message you, Kirk, Rob, Jacob Monday. I'll get lunch on me. Okay, I'll order it to the office. It'll be great.
You don't have to get lunch. You just got to show the tip.
All right, sounds good. Wait, pause. What? Anyways, Jeff, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat next week.
You got a legend coming on next.
We do. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
All right, awesome stuff there. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. I believe that was is that an HR violation? What Jeff said there?
He said worse in the segment. Beyond that.
Okay, fair. All right. Anywho, Geoff Fienberg, always a good time. Always a good time. Happy to have him on. We're gonna have him on next week as well. Gonna talk some. Is there? I assume there's a tournament next week. Maybe not. Is there a golf tournament next week? We'll find out.
I don't know how golf works.
We'll find out. I just know that they hit the ball on the green thing and then put it in the hole. So there you go. All right. Before we get into things, did you receive an update from your MRI or no? No. It's funny because your doctor called me. They said they got your results back.
Yeah.
And he told me that the dog is in fact in you. So congratulations, Jacob.
I mean, the dog's in me. If I played another year on a torn ligament, if I played a year on a torn ligament for the second time, maybe I do have the dog in me.
Yeah, no, doctor confirmed it. Anyways, we got Isaac coming on next. Before we bring on Isaac, quick shout out to our sponsors over at FanDuel. From top shelfers to tricklers and everything in between, best place to bet on NHL goals this season is at FanDuel. With FanDuel, every slap shot and bar down beauty isn't just another goal, it's a shot at big winning. So whether you want to predict who will score or bet over on total goals, the FanDuel Sportsbook app puts all the action right in the palm of your hands. With live betting, you can even make your pick after the puck drops. So just visit FanDuel.com/forwardprogress for the best place to bet on the NHL. Score big on your next hockey bet with FanDuel, an official partner of the NHL. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, affiliation Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. If you guys tuned in on Tuesday, we cashed the Tage Thompson anytime goal. I sprinkled a little bit on hat trick, couldn't get it. Kind of got robbed on it, I will say, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And let me see if I can get something else for you guys here. At FanDuel, it looks like we like Zach Hyman anytime goal at plus 130 tonight against the San Jose Sharks. There you go for some goal scorers at FanDuel. All right. Let's bring on our next guest. You saw him probably recently. What? Could they hear that?
Yeah, that one was.
Yo, can you guys hear the cat?
Yeah, we can hear the cat. I was gonna bring you on to Vice documentary star, but yeah, we'll bring him on up. Isaac, how's it going?
Yo, this is Winston. He's super hype about the bets we got for today. He's also loud. He's loud as hell. I'll bring him here to say hi, and then we'll get him off the screen.
All right, we're a big fan of Winston.
How's it going, guys?
Good. You got to give me the naming convention behind Winston. What's the origin of the name? How did you come up with Winston?
It's my mom's cat. I'm cat sitting. Okay. So I actually I had a teacher in high school who was Dr. Winston, and I used to mix him up all the time. It was bad, but he's a loud boy for sure.
You used to mix up, your cat and your
Yeah,
high
I
school
used to
teacher?
call my cat Mr. Winston. It was bad. It was bad all around.
All right.
But,
Look at you
yeah.
being the good kid in the family, taking care of the cat for your mom. Very nice of you. I saw your mom was also pretty happy because you sent some text to our group chat about a documentary you did, or whatever you want to call it, a Vice documentary on sports betting and the winning side of sports betting, we'll call it. First of all, Jacob, I think if you can pull it up on screen, just a screenshot of Isaac in just a sec. The sweater you picked, immaculate. You look fantastic.
Oh, you liked it. I appreciate
it. You completely mogged both Rufus and Flup in that video. You look great.
What am I pulling up?
Just a picture of Isaac in the doc. If you can just pull up a screenshot of it. I don't know.
I will say my sister takes full credit for that.
From where?
Jason sent me a nice message, and I sent it to my sister, and she's like, "Make sure everybody knows that I got you that sweater. You get 0 credit." And then I was texting some other people, and I was like, "Oh, Flup and Rufus, obviously both big bettors. I feel out of place." And they're like, "Don't worry, you're the personality hire." So I'll take it. I'm there for my hair and the sweater and, not stuttering so many times. So it is what it is.
There you go. Great stuff there. I do actually want to talk to you about, in all seriousness, about that documentary, because you brought up like a very interesting tennis betting angle that you had for like a really long time. I assume it's gone now because why would you bring it up if it wasn't the case? Can you talk us without, I guess, doesn't really spoil the doc, but like talk us through it a bit.
Yeah. So basically, the problem is when people hear about profitable gamblers, you got people like Flup who are telling them about top-down betting and, basically how they're scraping discrepancies. Then you have Rufus saying, our model makes it this when the market number is that. And I just kind of wanted to give a little bit more inside baseball for people who might not, understand how you can translate ball knowledge to betting acumen. So I use this example of a micro bet in tennis where you're able to bet on every individual point. And how sometimes there were discrepancies between if you have a left-handed server and a right-handed returner with a very weak backhand. There can be big differences between their winning percentages on the ad side, the left side, and the deuce side, which is the right side, and how historically a lot of these micro markets, point by point, they would price those things the same. So like the odds for a server to win a point on the left side would be the same as the right side, and you could basically take advantage of the fact that they wouldn't be taking into account that difference in win percentage on the different sides to place some bets there. It's not as simple as I made it out in the documentary. It's a little bit more player specific, but that's the basic gist of it, if it makes sense.
What made you come to, like, how did you discover this? Like, what, were you just watching ball and just knowing?
I remember I was watching some matches and I was like, dude, this guy's serve on the left side, like he just can't return it. Like I think I was watching a match with like Stefano Tsitsipas, which is a right-handed player with a poor backhand return. And he was playing a lefty and he just missed like 4 backhand returns in a row on the left side. And he kept getting the ball in play on the right side. And I was like, that's interesting. They're pricing these points the same when clearly he's experiencing them differently. So, do a little bit of historical analysis, not that difficult to get the point by point data there, especially now, when you have AI to help you analyze that. And yeah, there was something there for a little while. You could like same game parlay the points too, but it's mostly dead now. But yeah, any in-game micro bets, despite the very high vig, if you're really attuned to the game state, you can sometimes find some edges there.
Yeah, very interesting stuff there. It's almost like you hear these stories of these edges that are like, how recent was this, by the way? If you don't mind sharing, like
I was betting it like a year and a half ago. Wow. Like there are times when I bet similar stuff now, but it's not like as systemic as it really was back in the day.
All right, very true. But it's crazy because you hear about this stuff. Like I remember the Bob talking about Harala Bob talking about the basketball when he was betting on basketball and how like the teams could pick which side they would shoot on in the first and second half, and how certain teams would just succeed defending in front of their own bench, and he just noticed that, and he was able to take advantage of that for years. You feel like this stuff is dead, but this is a gentle reminder that this stuff is still out there. You can find edges like that just from watching and understanding, along with obviously top-down, bottom-up betting as well. You mentioned AI and how you could use AI to potentially find that. Your friend used an AI chatbot to order stuff on Amazon every time his account hits big on a parlay. Listen, I hope he watches the show because you gave out a 10-1 parlay last week.
He didn't bet that one, unfortunately, but he is on the Seahawks. So he already told me if the Seahawks win, he's going to be having some fancy purchases. So we'll see how that goes for him.
Do we have an update on the Amazon list? Do we know what's number one? I know I sent you something that he could probably get.
He did show me, but he didn't want me to make it public just yet. So can't share that, unfortunately.
All right, fair enough. Let's get into tennis betting because I know that's what you're here for and what you want to talk about. Let's start with Alcaraz taking on Zverev. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Let's go. All right. Alcaraz yet to drop a set so far in the Australian Open. He's played pretty well, but last time these two played in the Australian Open 2024 semifinals, Zverev beat Alcaraz. How does the matchup differ this time? How do these two match up against each other, and who do you like winning this match?
Yeah, so their head-to-head's actually like 6-6, I believe. Zverev has had some success against him at the Grand Slam level, as you mentioned here at the Australian Open, at the French Open as well, a couple years ago. I am not a Zverev fan for a multitude of reasons, tennis and non-tennis. We don't need to get into the specifics there, but I made a rule with myself a couple years ago that I would never bet on Alexander Zverev, even if I showed value on him. And unfortunately, I do think there's actually a little bit of value on him. I'm not betting it, to be clear. I'm not a Zverev fan, and I think it's important. If you're a fan of the sport, I'm a big Alcaraz fan. I don't want my betting to get too much in the way of my fandom. But gun to my head, I think Zverev, plus 500 money line at FanDuel is pretty good value. In my mind, it should be a lot closer to 400, maybe even, high threes. Zverev's had a lot of success against Alcaraz. Alcaraz obviously playing out of his mind right now, but if Zverev shows up, especially if he's serving great and Alcaraz has a little bit of an erratic performance, which he can do on occasion, then I can. There's definitely worlds in which Zverev wins this. I think plus 500 is a bit too high.
All right, plus 500 too high. That's what we like there. Any other props you like for this game? Any set stuff, first set stuff, or anything else?
Yeah, I might like. I do like a little bit. I haven't decided if I want to bet it yet, but Alcaraz to win the match in 5 sets. So Alcaraz 3-2, which comes in at plus 500 at FanDuel. I think that's decent value as well. You can bet both the money line and the 3-2 for a simulated, plus 1.5 sets, but that's not the best price there. So I think, I might sprinkle the Alcaraz 3-2. I'm not sure it's great, but just to give a little bit of a sweat on Alcaraz winning in a thriller there.
All right. I love it. So Alcaraz to win 3-2, plus 500, and then Zverev as well. You feel like is a little, there's some value there at the plus 500 for him to win outright. Next match. Djokovic versus Sinner. I saw some drummings on Twitter of people being like,
I mean, you already know what we're going to be on here, right? I mean, come on. You got the GOAT. I'm not even the biggest Djokovic fan, but probably the GOAT, if not one of the 3 GOATs at, plus 800 on the money line. What are we doing here? This is insane. I got to say, I did feel like a proper idiot. I got some pre-tournament futures on Djokovic at 15-16 to 1, and then you look at him and he's plus 800 in the semifinals, and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? I think that's too high. I think first set money line is decent value. FanDuel's prices is okay at plus 320, but they're doing great on the money line at plus 810. And I think very important for a matchup like this. Shout out to the show sponsor FanDuel, is they're very generous rules when it comes to retirements and withdrawals. I think they're taking some flack from fanatics sometimes, but for tennis they're really killing it. Very generous in that if Sinner withdraws, they're going to grade the Djokovic as a win, and if Djokovic withdraws, they're going to grade that as a void. So definitely for Djokovic was showing some signs of physical fitness problems earlier. So was Sinner in an earlier match. So to get it on a book like FanDuel, where they're going to void if your guy retires and pay you out if the other guy retires, not even if the first set finishes, but even if they just play 1 point, great value there in my opinion at plus 810 on the money line.
All right, plus 810 on the money line. Is you have a good 2 number? Someone's asking your fair on Djokovic. I don't know if you want to share exactly what the fair number is.
I think it's a really hard thing to do. Obviously, especially with the fitness issues that we saw, this number would have been a lot lower if he hadn't, basically looked like he was really out of it against Musetti. And once again, how the injury plays in as well, right? Like if you're playing this at a book where it's going to void all injuries, or something like, or if they're going to pay out injuries and then void. I don't know. So it's tricky. I would say, given FanDuel's very generous retirement rulings here, I would probably play this at FanDuel down to like, 700 maybe ish there. But, I'm a sucker for the big dogs. You know that. So, bet with caution, bet responsibly. Obviously, at plus 800, you don't need to bet a lot to get a sweat on it. So that's what I'm on.
All right, we're going to take a big swing on that. Plus 810 at FanDuel with the very friendly rules as well from FanDuel. If someone were to retire there, if Djokovic were to retire there, get a nice little void. Also, first set money line on the Joker plus 320 as well. Before you head out, I don't know if this is a great bet, but I'm just curious to get your thoughts on it. FanDuel's offering to win the tournament without dropping a set. I mentioned earlier, Alcaraz hasn't dropped a set yet this tournament. It's 10-1 right now.
I gotta say, you sent me that, and I was like, oh, this is probably not a great bet. It's not actually that bad of a bet. So just taking, good exercise here. It's pretty simple math, right? You just got the odds of him winning 3-0 against Zverev, and then you probably assume that it's going to be against Sinner. The odds of him winning, the market price on him winning against Zverev right now in straight sets is about plus 140, plus 150, and which would mean that for that bet to be 0 EV, and if you were to play Sinner, you'd be basically getting about plus 350 on him going straight sets against Sinner, which is definitely a bit short. I think if he goes against Sinner, you're probably going to see maybe like plus 400, plus 450 for the straight set Alcaraz victory, maybe a little bit higher than that. But, there's also a chance that he plays Djokovic, in which case him straight set. It's not a bad bet. I think it's probably a little bit lower than what I'd want. If it was at like 11 or 1200, I'd probably sprinkle it. But the way he's playing, it's definitely not that bad at all. And that plus 1000 is enticing for sure.
All right. Plus 1,000, slightly enticing, or maybe just, you could just.
It's not going on the documented record, but
nope.
There are worse bets you could make for sure. And, maybe I'll have to sprinkle it now after talking myself into it.
All right, there you go. You talked me into it as well. I'm not known for giving out great bets. I'm known for giving out fun bets and punting and losing. And that's, that's part of the fun. Account health is what's the most important thing here. Looks like we have the picture of Isaac up ready in the back. There he is. Look at you. Go. Look at you. You want everyone to know.
Young man. Yeah.
Look at that. Single, by the way, ladies. The 0% viewers who watch this show. You are still single, right? You are single?
Yeah, I am. The best part of that, they released the clip, and they released a prime clip of me doing some horrendous mental math there. So people calling me out in the comments, you are 100% right. I cannot do mental math on the fly. I guess I just said it so confidently the producers didn't even bother double checking it either. But yes, I know my mental math is garbage. Please cut me some slack.
Yeah, and I believe the whole interview is dropping tomorrow.
Yes, the whole interview is dropping tonight at 9 p.m. It's a 2-hour documentary, going to be fully on YouTube, maybe some other platforms as well. Looks like they got some good people. They got Rufus, Chris, myself. Friends of the show here. So it'll be some familiar faces and yeah, hopefully an exciting viewing.
Awesome stuff. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show. Appreciate you giving out and sharing those bets with us today. Good luck to you this weekend.
Thank you. If we get if Djokovic somehow wins this match, we're gonna be partying for sure.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you in Toronto. All right.
Adios.
Isaac, have a good one. Great stuff there as always from Isaac. Bringing the heat, bringing the fun, bringing the energy. Shout out to Winston as well, his cat. Meow. That was
the
me
loudest cat noise
I know. Heard. I was like, I thought there was a bird. I heard it in the background. I'm like, is there a freaking bird? Does Isaac have a bird? What the heck's going on? Yeah. Hey, Winston, how's it going? Appreciate you joining the show. Maybe it's a good luck cat. It's a good luck charm that we needed. Great follow up there from Isaac. We got the Edgework guys coming on in just a second here. Before we do that, though, before we bring them on, you guys know what time it is. Happens always in the third spot. Guess the line. And we're looking to not repeat what I did last week or yesterday.
The embarrassment of that second guess. There isn't a guess here that can be as far off as that.
The win total is going to be tough. I'll tell you that much. I don't know.
Well, you can certainly make a pretty good educated guess.
Yeah,
I would suspect.
Yeah, so, but I'm low on the Yankees. So I don't know. But yeah, anyways,
we're gonna do it. Guess the line. 3 lines to guess. 3 guesses per line. Up first, this line might be no, we're good. We have Alperen Şengün.
The Gooner.
Points, rebounds, and assists for the Houston Rockets at the Atlanta Hawks.
Do you think Şengün is an Arsenal Gooner fan?
He's probably a Besiktas fan.
I don't even know what that is.
That's a Turkish soccer team. He played for the basketball team.
Okay, that makes sense. Points, rebounds, and assists for the Gooner. Like my favorite, I feel like I've been missing, and I'm getting a lot of 31.5s on the PRAs. So let's go 31.5. Higher, okay. 35.5.
Higher.
Ooh, 39.5?
36.5.
Oh, so close.
Close.
So close.
Next, back to the novelty props in the Super Bowl. These are available on FanDuel currently. This one is the total number of songs performed by Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl halftime show.
Ooh, this is a little tough. I'm going to go with 11.5.
Yeah. Good job. Did you look that up?
I
earlier?
didn't look it up right now.
You've checked earlier?
I liked every day. I just kind of comb through Super Bowl markets just to see if anything news popped up that I can kind of, take a stab
So
at.
11.5. That's correct. All right. Last one. New York Yankees season-long win total for the 2026 MLB season. What is the over-under?
90.5 wins.
Higher.
95.5.
Lower.
Okay, we got a good range here. 92.5.
Yes.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
2 out of 3.
I'm taking the
Much
under on
better.
that. Fuck the Yankees. Fuck the Yankees.
Much better.
Fuck the Yankees.
Good stuff.
Oh man. All right. Thank you. Hurrah. Anyways, we got the Edgework guys coming on in just a second. Before we bring them on, what a disaster it is in Leafland. Jacob, I don't know if you've been keeping up with things. Out here, we're now last in the Atlantic. Saw a couple people in the chat victory lapping how poor of a take I had.
You need another rant.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I should do another rant.
You ranted, and then they started playing better. And then you talked about how well they're playing.
And then they started playing worse.
Shit, so.
No, to be fair, I wasn't even saying that they were playing well. They weren't playing well over that stretch. They're just getting, incredible goaltending. And now, now our goaltending isn't good, so we're losing. No, the only reason why you're winning games is because your goaltending was good. You had the whole William Nylander stuff. That guy can do whatever the fuck he wants. People complain about this team caring, not caring. This guy doesn't care about anyone but himself. He's off the ice. He's not playing for us. We need him. We need to win games. You know where he's going to be in 2 weeks' time? He's going to be in Milan. He's going to be playing for Team Sweden. But he's not going to be playing for us right now. And we need him to make the playoffs. What are we doing here? Anyways. He can do no. It's fine. William Nylander. He can do no wrong. He sits out when he sits out on a contract. People don't care about it. He signs I would argue $2 million over his worth, over his value when he signed that contract. People don't care about it. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's William Nylander. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't care. Doesn't care defensively.
Isn't he on just under $7 million?
No, he's $11.5 million. He's one.
Okay.
Speaking about contracts. We should praise Austin Matthews. Praise Austin Matthews for signing that 4-year deal, $13.5 million. He wants to stay here. Yeah, that's why he signed a 4-year deal. Yeah, that's why he took the most money in the league. He really wants to stay here, guys. Yeah. You know what guys who want to stay here do? They sign 8-year deals. Anyways. I have to get that off my chest. All right. I see Alex in the background smiling. A little bit of a weird thing that happened 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I don't know when it was, but Habs fans booing Marner. You should be cheering for Marner. We suck because Marner left. That's part of the reason why we suck now. He left for nothing. You should be cheering for him. We are not as good anymore because of him, because he left. You should be cheering him on. Anyways, Alex, I know you're here. I don't know if somebody's here, but we'll bring you up here. I know you have some boots on the ground in the Bell Center. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I was so surprised when he came out and they started booing him. I'm like, this is a guy who, my favorite memory is
helping you guys win to make it to make
him shooting the puck over the glass and crying in the penalty box in Game 6. And I don't know why they booed him. I think Habs fans basically just like to be in on any sort of party and fun and they like to get loud, and you know what I mean. It is what I was shocked though, absolutely shocked. Also kind of funny how they were louder booing him than Leafs fans were. Yeah, it made no sense. I literally cannot give you a good reason as to why he got booed at the Bell Center. It makes no sense.
It's a weird one. But hey, I was at the game on Tuesday. Leafs lose to the Sabres 7-4. Boo Birds were out there as well. So I think the team. It feels like for Leafs fans, our Super Bowl was the Golden Knights game. We lost. We got crushed. Not back to back, but 2 times we played them. We got crushed both times. We booed. We didn't boo the guys on the team, but we finally have come around to start booing the guys on our team because we look like ass. Anyways, So Money, you're here.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
It was a Super Bowl for he's muted and it's good. All right, so this is why I can get this off my chest. It was a Super Bowl for Leafs fans, but as Leafs players have put it so many times, it's just another game.
Just another game. Yep.
Another game.
Don't even get me started with the Matthew Nyes. I haven't checked the standings, buddy. You better start fucking checking the standings. You have FanDuel has you as an 80% chance to miss the playoffs. What are you doing? What are we doing here? I had a tweet. I'm like, this is an 80% chance to age very, very poorly. He's like, I haven't checked the standings. I know we'll be in the playoffs. Like, I don't know about that, Matthew. I don't know about that one. So Money, let's give the update on the hockey mecca of the world. What's your opinion on the circus that is Leafs Land?
Circus, that's what, sorry?
Leafs Land.
Yeah, I mean, I read that quote too from Austin Matthews. It's kind of surprising at this point in the season, but yeah, I think that they need to get it together. I still have I'm higher on them than you are for sure. I don't think that they're as bad as they've been playing, but I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs. They're not getting the goaltending anymore. Their defense has tanked basically. So I don't know how they can stay afloat here.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for us to stay afloat. Tough for us to compete, which is, again, how far we've fallen from a team that is, usually often around the 10-1 range to win the Stanley Cup. All year they've been in the 40-1 range. Speaks volumes about that.
They shouldn't want to compete right now.
Pardon?
They shouldn't want to compete right now.
I agree.
Players, sure, obviously it's different for the players, but if you're MLSC, the only way that you're actually gonna be able to turn this thing around is selling guys off now and doing a bit of a retool, adding some assets, giving you some flexibility for the summer. But that's not going to happen if Trey Living doesn't have some sort of assurance for his job, right? Because he's not going to sell if he's going to just recoup assets for the next guy and he's like some lame duck GM. He's going to do whatever he can to save the job. So it's a tricky situation because you're like, do you want to give this guy assurances so we can do the best thing for our team in the future? But also this guy is not the best thing for our team in the future. So how do you navigate that? A really, really weird situation. Maybe you can trade Brendan Carlo for Fraser Minton and a first. Maybe Boston will give them a little redo on that one. Fraser Minton guy looks okay.
I mean, I don't even care about Fraser Minton. I don't think Fraser Minton's that good. He's just riding a hot shooting percentage. You're just going to hear about it. I never thought he was that good. I thought his upside was just a third line center, which we could actually probably use. But
it's not a bad piece to have. It's a good 3 seed in the NHL.
I know. I didn't hate the Carlo trade. I didn't hate it. It's just the problem with it is that you're going to get a first round pick that's probably going to be you're giving Boston now a first round pick that's probably going to be in the range of 5 to 10, which is horrible. And the worst part is, I was thinking about this. Okay, let's say the Leafs do bottom out. Let's say somehow let's say we finish in the 5 spot. There's a chance we lose the lottery, get bumped out, which would be horrible. There's a chance we win the lottery, stay in, get a top 5 pick. But then guess what? We don't have a pick for the first round pick for the next 2 years after this now too. So we're now a team that's bottomed out and is missing their next two first round picks, where Matthews is on the last year of his deal. Next year, it's it's a lot going on in my head. There's a lot going on. Anyways, 15 games to get through tonight. I mean, I'm sure you can talk about the Leafs. It's crazy. You love at your heart and soul, Alex. You love it.
Are you kidding me?
I love it.
It's a soap opera, and I'm immersed in it. Being in Toronto, all my group chats are Leafs everything all the time. I am just soaking it all in. I listen to Real Kuiper and Board. I listen to Leafs talk when they lose. When things are good in Leafs land, I avoid it like the plague.
Yeah.
When things are bad, I cannot get enough of it. Just cannot get enough listening to these guys. It is great entertainment. And right now it is the best entertainment we've had in a long time in this city.
Yeah. I love it. And I feel like the media still don't realize that they are still the number one problem, I think, with this team more than anything else. Maybe I'm wrong to say that, but That's how I feel.
No, there's a problem.
They're a big problem.
I don't know about the number one problem, but
I think they're listen. You look at like every single article is Matthews. Oh, let's bring McDavid here. You think McDavid, who likes a peace, is quiet, wants to come to this city? Are you fucking out of your mind, guys? Come on. Anyways, can talk about the Leafs all we want, but let's talk about your Habs instead. First game, 15 games tonight. Got a doozy. Avalanche taking on the Habs back-to-back for the Avalanche. Avalanche doing the Leafs no favors, losing to Ottawa last night, giving up some points to them. Right now, Colorado on the back-to-back on the road, -128 on the money line. Totals at 6.5 towards the over, -124. Alex, I'll let you start. It's your team. You're wearing the hat. Tell us why you like Montreal money line.
I don't. I didn't want to. I don't ever want to bet against my Habs. But I still don't love this play. I would say a smaller play, but I mean, the Avs have dipped below like mine into the high teens in some places, and that's just crazy. I understand they played last night, but like, this is still an incredible hockey team, regardless of their recent dip. At any given night, they have the ability to turn it on and just suffocate any sort of team. And I mean, after a loss, we've seen that from them very often, and I would expect something similar here, considering what they did in Ottawa last night. So it's just gotten too cheap on Colorado. -120 better. Even like honestly, I'd even stretch it out a little bit to like -125 for a smaller bet. But if you have access to one of those -120s or something in the high teens, I think this is a full play for me on the Avs, and hopefully I'm wrong, or Avs in overtime at least. Let's get a point.
All right, there we go. Avs -120 is what we're looking for Alex. So money, anything you like in this game?
Yeah, I think we can make it a double best bet.
All right.
I share Alex's hesitancy as well, but I mean, it's just a pricing of it. We're just too low here. And again, like this, I talked about this last show. Like, it's got nothing to do with Montreal. I like where they're at right now. I like the way they're playing. Yeah, they're starting to give up a little bit more defensively, but I mean, that's just like the ebbs and flows of the season. So it's not something I'm like concerned about with them. So this is not a play against Montreal. I like where they are, but we're just too low on the Avs, who are the better team. And I think that the recent struggles, as well as being on a back-to-back, has just pushed us too low here.
All right, pushed it a little bit too low. Chad is asking us a question about, Charles asking us in the chat about #Florida man, Avs complacent. I bet some Bolts 12-1 and Canes 50-1 President's Trophy. You guys interested in that at all? You think the Avs are getting a little too complacent here?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it's about that time of the year where we're kind of like, I mean, they know they're going to be a top seed. They know that if they want to, like, it's all right there for them. And it's not necessarily a bad thing too. Like, I would rather them, if I'm an Avs fan or an Avs futures holder, I'd rather them actually be complacent right now and like get through like the kind of like the doldrums here of the season before the Olympic break and just like reset and come back. So I mean, there's no long-term concern here for the Avalanche. Like if you're looking at their goaltending, maybe, but nothing too concerning. And yeah, I think that it's quite possible that they are getting complacent here.
All right. Go ahead.
I think that I think the Canes bet is a really good one. I love Tampa, and I think Tampa is right there with Colorado as the best team in the league. I potentially even give the edge to the Lightning, honestly. But it's a team that, like, very professional team that's been there before. They're not going to I guess, they're not going to leave it all out there to go win the President's Trophy and, win a bunch of regular season games down the stretch. That's not conducive to long-term success for them. I think that makes a lot more sense for a team like Carolina. Not that they need to, but like in a weaker division, they can easily beat up on a bunch of Metro teams down the stretch. And, this is a great regular season team that will take any sort of momentum they can going into the playoffs. So I think that's a much bigger number on Carolina, even though they're pretty much neck and neck with Tampa right now. And I think it makes more sense from Carolina's perspective to go rattle off a bunch of wins than it does for Tampa. So I think if you're I like that Carolina bet, actually.
Yeah,
that's a pretty nice look.
50-1 might get featured in the article for the second time in a row. Charles Saul. Anyways, let's get into the next game we have on the board here. Battle of New York. Islanders facing the Rangers. Islanders -137 on the money line. Totals at 6, -122. No Artemi Panarin tonight, right? Probably going to get traded. Mm-hmm. Sounds like he's getting traded. So talk us through this one. So Manila, you start.
Yeah, even with this price at home, I mean, like the Rangers generally suck at home anyways, but even with this price at home, it's really, really difficult to back the Rangers. I'm not interested in laying this price on the Islanders on the road either. So maybe you can look at the under, but Rangers don't get consistent goaltending. They're giving up a lot of chances right now. Islanders, their game totals are actually hit or miss right now. So we'll get Sorokin back in net. Maybe you can look at the under, but I'm not too interested in this game.
All right, moving on from this game. Actually, sorry, Alex, throw to you first, then we'll move on from this game.
I bet the Rangers. It's ugly.
Okay.
It's really, really ugly. It's just plug your nose and don't watch it. I know Panarin's out. This is run a bunch. I think this is also quite a bit of an overreaction to the Rangers just getting dog walked last night by the Isles on Long Island. I think we'll see a bit of a response. It's still a bit of a prideful group. A lot of veterans there that don't think are just going to lay down and get walked all over for a second night in a row. It's basically just a numbers play. Like, I think it's just gotten too big here, even without Panarin. Like, I mean, Mika, Trocheck, Miller, these guys are still producing quite a bit. That's been all their offense. Panarin's part of that, but they still have guys here, and we're getting quick, not Spencer Martin, and it's just drifted too far. I think everything. I mean, high teens, there's still some plus 120s, but even the plus 115, I would still bet. So, Rangers betting the worst team in the East tonight. That's what we're doing.
One of the worst teams in the East. But yeah, plug your nose. 115. I heard that because Panarin's sitting out tonight, Albert's suiting up for them. Going to be playing on their fourth line, right wing. So if you can find a skates,
big upgrade.
If you can find a skates,
Albert, power play points.
Where is he going, by the way? Anyone? You guys have an opinion on where the bread man might end up? Alex?
I mean, we talked about this Tuesday. I think that Isles and Washington would be great. I don't think he ends up in either of them. Feels like LA would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
I think the Kings kind of been looking for winger kind of. I mean, Panarin obviously, like, playing in New York, loves the spotlight a little bit. He's down for one of those bigger markets. I think the Kings would make sense.
Okay, Kings make sense. So money, echo that sentiment.
Kings I think would make sense. I think that Kings since Alex knows how much the Kings suck, they probably need a little bit more of a boost there. But Kings would make sense. I don't know if like he would control where he goes, right? Like, he's got the full no trade, right?
I think he's yes, and he's also said he's only going to waive it, I think, if he can agree to an extension with another team. I think he wants to agree somewhere. Like, he doesn't want to move somewhere for like 3 months. So his agent has permission to work with teams right now and talk extensions. So
So the Kings would make sense long term.
Yeah.
And like, what about a place like Anaheim?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw San Jose thrown out there as well. I don't know if he fits with San Jose, because he's like maybe like a little too old. You could be getting into like a Patrick Marleau situation where you like try and restart things or move ahead too quickly, I guess.
Yeah, the Sharks are a little bit
first round pick to get rid of him in a few years.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah, the Sharks are a little bit behind the Ducks on the development curve. So I think I think Ducks would actually make sense.
All right. Ducks make sense. Let's move on. Predators, Devils. Devils right now at home -140 on the money line. Totals at 6 juice towards the under -120 over at our friends on FanDuel. Alex, I'll let you take the lead on this one. First 2 games, you had 2 bets. This is gonna be another one for you.
Say this. Which game was this? One more time.
Devils, Predators.
Devils, Predators. Okay, no bet in this game for me, actually.
No bet.
And we have 15 games, so I won't even spend time on it. I got nothing here.
All right, I'll pass it along to So Money then.
Yeah, nothing from me either. I think that I think that New Jersey has started playing better, but I mean we're at big numbers here, right? So yeah, I won't have anything here either.
All right, passing. Moving along to the next bet. Our next game we have on the board, the Utah Yetis taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. We talked about Carolina Hurricanes 50-1 to win to win the President's Trophy. Minus 176 on the money line. Total is at 6, minus 118 towards the under. Carolina is the favorite in this one. So money. Anything you like in this game?
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to confirm one thing.
No, you're good. If you need gold, go ahead.
No, I did bet the under in this game. I think that Utah, I like the way that they're playing defensively, and I know a couple of weeks ago I talked about Carolina totals and how they're very difficult. But I think that Carolina's actually settled into a kind of a proper kind of defensive game that they need to be playing, and that has translated to a few low-scoring games. But more importantly, the chances that they're giving up has been suppressed. So I think that in this game that should continue. Carolina at home should dictate the pace, which these days mean that they should be playing tighter games. So I did play the under 6 there.
All right, we're looking at the under 6. Let's give it minus 110, minus 115-ish. That's okay with you?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, under 6 for so money in the Yeti Hurricanes game. Alex, anything you like in this game?
Yeah, I bet the Canes. Utah money came in early from open, and they kept getting bet. And I mean, now we got just a bunch of positive news in Carolina's favor, and the market just doesn't care because they're like, oh, well, we already bet Utah, so this is the way it has to be, and this is the side to bet. And there's been no buyback whatsoever. I don't know. Shane Gostisbehere is back in for Carolina. He's been very, very important to a lot of things they do this year. And Dylan Guenther is out for Utah, which lends itself to the under for so money as well. I like that look that he just came out to. And yeah, I mean, no Dylan Guenther. Obviously, like they're dealing with some injuries still up front. They're playing well, but like this is quite a cluster right now. And Carolina's really rolling. They have things kind of figured out. They're getting reinforcements back. This is just too cheap on the Canes here. So minus 170 is widely available. There's better than that available too. I'm good. I'm fine to lock it in here at minus 170 on the Canes.
All right, minus 170 on the Canes here. This last show on the Tuesday, you were anti-Bussy, but now you are pro-Bussy on this show. Seems like he's starting. Yeah. If he doesn't start, then that joke doesn't land.
Oh, anyways. I'm not going there.
He's starting. Yeah.
All right. Next game we have on the board is the Blackhawks against the Penguins. Penguins minus 182 on the money line. Blackhawks plus 150 here. Totals at 6.5 towards the unders. These Blackhawks totals continue to be super high. Seeing some 6s on the board as well, though. 6.5 minus 122 at FanDuel towards the under. Alex, I'll let you take the lead on this one. Anything like in this game?
Sorry, Jason. I kept thinking about Bussy for a second. Can you tell me which game this is again?
Blackhawks and Penguins.
Blackhawks and Penguins. All right. My odds screen is a little bit on the fritz. I'm not pulling from a couple books right now, so I'm just going to check what prices are there for them. Minus 169, minus 170. Yeah, I mean, I laid it with the Penguins. The Carolina, Chicago got bet again. They're getting bet, here and there, and the market just didn't react at all to Soderblom. Like it just stayed still. I know there's no rust. Overtook some money on the Soderblom. I didn't quite do it myself because I don't really love Chicago overs. I don't love Pittsburgh overs, and there's still no rust. So didn't quite get there on that, but I did lay it with Pittsburgh. I would want to get something minus 170 or better though, if I'm going to give this out as an official bet on the show. Just again, I know Chicago took Minnesota to overtime the other day. Minnesota didn't show up for the start of that game, and they still were able to quickly erase a 3-0 deficit and come back and win. Pittsburgh, very focused, playing very, very good hockey. I love what I'm seeing from them. And yeah, I think they're just significantly better here. I still want to fade this Chicago team, and the market doesn't seem to want to or care to.
All right. Keep fading the Chicago train. You said minus 175?
Minus 170? Can we
Okay.
do that?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give
All
it
right.
to you. Minus 170 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pitt minus 170. So money. Is we hitting a double best bet here for this one, or
No double best bet, but I'm not disagreeing either.
okay?
I do want to find opportunities to fade Chicago. I just don't know if this is the place here in terms of the pricing. Pittsburgh, I really like what Pittsburgh's done. Very, very big fan of what they've done this season, and I like the way that they've been playing as well. So yeah, it's just the price is too big here. I think that I'm excuse me, I'm higher on Chicago than Alex is in general, but that also doesn't mean that I need to be betting them either. So basically, I'm higher on Chicago than Alex, but I do want to still find opportunities to fade them. This is not the place to do it, though.
All right. Looks like we want to fade Chicago moving forward. You can put that little feather in the cap as we move into the weekend here, maybe in the future, but not tonight for so money. Next game we have on the board, Flyers, Bruins. Bruins minus 152 on the money line at home. Totals at 6.5, minus 128 towards the under. Quietly, I don't know if this is quiet, but like every year it feels like David Pastrnak, no one ever talks about him. Not that he ever needs to be talked about. Everyone knows how great of a player he is, but he's like 5th in points right now. It's like, where the hell did that come from? Anyways, just as an aside, I don't really look at who has the most points, standings, things like that. I don't really care about that. I look at like the bet on the games.
You and Nice, baby. You and Nice.
There you go. Anyways, so Manny, I'll let you lead on this one. Flyers, Bruins, anything you like in this game?
Flyers, Bruins. Flyers are a mess. I think that the Tocchet honeymoon that was there for like a week when he took that job, I think that's all over now. There's a lot of internal issues there. Boston, similar to Pittsburgh, I like what they've done this season. I would like a little bit cheaper on Boston. I think that the Flyers did take some money earlier, but I still need a little bit cheaper. So if we can, we're not in range right now. I would have needed a low minus 130s on Boston here. So I'll pass for now. But if the Flyers continue to take money, then I'm more interested in the Bruins.
All right. If the Flyers continue to take money, you're interested in the Bruins. Makes perfect sense here. I mean, it opened up pretty big. I'm just looking at some openers that are at like plus 140. We're now working our way down to plus 126. Maybe we can get to that minus 130 range for Boston. Maybe it's going to be an Alex Moretto Discord play, Alex, or is this 152, 150, 145-ish, 140 even in the range where you're willing to click?
It definitely isn't, because I bet the Flyers earlier at 145. Nothing I can give out here, though, because I would not bet the Flyers at these prices. They ran quite a bit. I bet them on, like, Lindholm got ruled out. They called up Patra to play, which pretty much made it abundantly clear that there would be no Lindholm tonight, and that ended up being the case. So I just got in on that a little bit early. So I agreed with the move. Yeah, I think it's pretty fair where it is now. I don't disagree that if it does get quite a bit cheaper, there would be some value on the Bruins eventually. But yeah, nothing for me at current in this one. Fraser Minton, by the way, your boy, playing first line center tonight in the absence of Elias Lindholm.
There we go. Love to hear that. Are we going to do a head-to-head here at, like, let's call it 132?
I wouldn't bet it at 132.
135?
I would not bet. I wouldn't click Flyers at 132. High 130s I would. And I know he needs low 130s.
135 seems like the even point here.
Fine. All right.
No, you don't have to. No, listen. So money doesn't want to do it.
No, it's fine. I mean.
Wait, so I'm getting minus 135?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't love the plus 135 either.
No head-to-head here. All right. All good. I just want to stir up a little bit of drama. Anyways, let's Let's move on to the next game then. Maybe we'll get a head-to-head at some point. There's 15 games on the board. There has to be one head-to-head here. Winnipeg Jets taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay right now minus 192 on the money line. Totals at 5.5. 112 both sides on FanDuel. So money. I think you were last to speak last time. I might be wrong, but anyways, I'm just going to let you lead with this one. Anything you like in this game?
I keep waiting for Winnipeg to kind of do something, show me something. They did get the win against the Devils, but they didn't look good in that game either, right? So they're just even they had a little bit of a stretch there. They won 4 or 5 games where they looked like they might be coming out of whatever's been ailing them all season, but they don't have depth at forward. Hellebuck is not able to kind of mask all their defensive deficiencies this year at least. He's still an elite goalie, but he's just not at that level this year, which again, things like that happen. So I'm not starting to, but I haven't been betting the Jets as much as I was earlier in the season because I just don't know that they'll be able to come out of it. And now they're playing a Tampa Bay team that they got the win against Utah. They didn't look great, but I'm not going to punish them too much for that because that's one of those. They got their goal. They got another goal. They just like that was it. They weren't too interested in that game. It was more of a just get your 2 points and get out. So I'm not going to punish them for that game. I think that they'll probably be fine here. In fact, I think that when it was in the minus 180s, I thought that was a little bit too short. I'm hoping that it gets back there, but I do need low minus 180s, and I'll be more inclined to bet Tampa Bay.
All right, need a little bit of a lower number on Tampa Bay. Run out a little bit far. Maybe we'll get there. A lot of waiting and seeing. Alex, anything you like in this game?
I agree with so many for sure. Lightning is the side I'd bet in this one. Obviously getting the Ryan McDonagh boost tonight too. He's back in the lineup for the first time in a while. So he does a lot for them on the back end. Not that they even need it because anyone who ever, puts that jersey on and plays defense for them turns into a Norris caliber defenseman. But yeah, they're pretty loaded and they're just getting stronger. They're just getting better here. I think that this is a comfortable Lightning win. I didn't bet it either, but definitely the side that I would bet if I had to bet something in this game.
All right, gun to your head, you would take the Lightning, but not at this number. Again, could be a Discord play, discord.gg/hammer. Maybe Alex will be dropping it in there later tonight. We talked about the Kings a little bit earlier when we were talking about the bread man, Artemi Panarin. Not good according to Alex, but good according to So Money. I got to look back in the records to see what we have the bet at for the points total. I got to double check that. Can't do it on the fly here. But anyways, Buffalo taking on the Kings right now, minus 128 on the money line over at FanDuel. Totals at 6, minus 120 towards the under. Alex, let you lead. Why are we betting Buffalo tonight?
I don't know. You tell me why we're betting Buffalo. I'm not betting Buffalo. I'm betting the Kings. I bet the Kings. Head to head. There we go. All right.
I thought. Hold on. Wait. I'm confused right now because I thought you don't like the Kings.
No, it's the other way around. I told him I love the Kings, and he said the Kings suck. And then I bet the Kings the other night against the Wings, and now I want to bet the Kings again here.
Right,
there's as high as plus 115 available right now in market if you look around, but I would need plus 110 or better, which I think there's several shops that have that. And yeah, if you can get me that, I'm in on the Kings. I think this is I don't want to say really good Kings team because I don't think it's a really good Kings team, but I think it's a Kings team that's much better than their record. There's a lot of seems to be negativity surrounding people's views of them, but they've continued to play some good hockey, especially on the road where they are very, very systematically strong and hard to break down, and they make life very difficult for teams. I still think the Sabres are a little bit overrated here. I mean, again, I've talked about this before, but they did not look good in that Habs game at all. They just beat a Leafs team that is completely falling apart. First game back for the Sabres too from that long road trip, always a little bit of a tricky spot. So I like the Kings quite a bit here. Plus 110 or better. If you don't have access to a plus 110, I would go to plus 105, but a little bit smaller than what you would normally put on something like this.
All right, Kings plus 110 is what we're looking for. And if you're going anywhere else for a plus 105, just get the plus 106 at FanDuel. What are you doing? Anyways, right. So money, I'll let you go. I will say, though, that this Sabres team was very impressed with them when they played the Leafs. I thought they looked really good. I thought they have like so much more skill.
Everyone looks great against the Leafs.
All right, here we go. Anyway, so money, you can go. What do you want to talk about with this game?
Yeah, so we're going to go head-to-head here. I do like the Sabres, even at the current number at up to minus 125. A couple of things here. So I do agree with Alex's thoughts that the Sabres are starting to get a little bit inflated in the market. I think we can see that. I just don't feel that they're fully there yet. And I think that there's a little bit of a ways to go. And I think the Kings are still they're still getting respect based on just them, the prevailing thought that they will turn it around and they will make the playoffs and all that, which they might. Alex talked about Buffalo's recent games where they did get wins, but they didn't necessarily look great. Well, the Kings, they beat a Detroit team, and they looked okay. They were fine. So I'm not going to ding them too much on that win. But they also beat the Blues in a shootout, and they beat the Rangers. So those have been their recent wins. When they've stepped up in class, they've lost to Dallas, Vegas, and Anaheim twice. Right? So I think that it goes both ways. And Buffalo still hasn't shown me that they're that they're ready to go on a slide. This is a streaky team, so when a slide does happen, it'll probably be for a few games. I just haven't seen it starting right now. So until I see that starting, I want to keep betting on Buffalo during the streak until it flips and I can start betting against them.
All right.
They are a streaky team.
All right. Buffalo streaky team. Most winning 23 game stretch, 19 wins for them. The best in their organization history, I believe. So good for the Buffalo Sabres on an absolute roll, and someone is looking to ride that roll, ride that wave, taking Buffalo minus 120, 125-ish for the head-to-head. For a head-to-head. All right. Another head-to-head on the Kings. Next game we got here is the Washington Capitals taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Before we get into this game, though, do us a huge favor. Haven't asked yet the entire show. I usually ask when there's 3 games left, but there's so many games on today. I'm going to ask you right around the midpoint here. Do us a favor. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. So money. Alex are working so hard breaking down every single game. Doing a good job doing it as well. Isaac was here. Geoff was here. Geoff ripped his rants. If that didn't deserve a like, I don't know what does. Do us a favor. Smash the like button. Goes a long way. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. And share with a friend. Because that stuff does help us as well. Detroit, Washington, Red Wings right now minus 128 at FanDuel on the money line. Totals at 6.5 minus 122 towards that over. Alex, I'll let you lead I'll let you lead the way on this one. Talk us through this game. Caps, Red Wings. So money.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, all right.
You weren't speaking. This guy's like, can you hear me? It's like, you didn't say anything. I can hear you.
Like my screen was going like that was.
Okay, all good.
All right, Caps, Red Wings. Yeah, so again, I like the Red Wings. I say that every show. Like the Red Wings a lot. I know that we are kind of waiting for the Caps to start getting it going. I actually do think it will happen. I don't think the Caps are as bad as where they are in the standings. And similar to what Alex is waiting on with Buffalo in the sense that when he mentioned that Buffalo is getting overvalued in the market, I agree with that with Buffalo. I just felt that they weren't fully there yet. I agree with that with Detroit. And I do feel that we're there now. I do feel that into the minus 130s for Detroit, it's gone quite a ways. So I do like the Caps in this game. Like them plus money. You can get plus 115, plus 110s out there. and I think that FanDuel's at plus 106. Anything plus money, I am good with here. I think the Caps win this game, and this is the kind of game that I would expect if the Caps are going to turn it around, and if Detroit is starting to get overvalued in the market, this is the kind of game where the Caps go in, win this game, and they start showing us that they're ready to climb up the standings here.
All right, Capitals plus money here is what we're looking at for So Money. Alex, I'll let you take the rest of this game. Anything you like, or is it on to the next one here?
I am a sucker for this Caps team, and I don't think that Detroit is as good as they've shown. They're a good team still, but like this is, again, just I won't say they're not as good as they've shown. I would say they're not as good as they're being priced in market currently. Some injuries for them to watch out for tonight on the back end. Obviously, Edmonton's still out, but McClellan there was saying that they have a flu bug going through the team, so they're going to have quite a few lineup decisions, especially on the back end. Don't know what that means. Don't know who's out, but got to wait to find out there. I did bet some over because Lindgren's starting. It's run a little bit. I'm kind of not dying to bet it where it's at right now. I think if you can get like minus, honestly, there's some minus 110 and cheaper available on the over, which I think is still decent. So I would do that with the defensive injuries to both these teams. Matt Waugh and Sandin still banged up. Both of them are questionable for tonight. If both play, I'll eat it. Hopefully one of them doesn't play for me to have some help here with this over. But yeah, I do like the over 6.5. I guess we'll make it an official play up to minus 110 with Lindgren in net. But I also like Washington too. I agree with So Money. I lean that way. I didn't bet it, but if we can get both Sandin and Waugh in, I will bet the Caps at plus money for sure.
All right. Do we need to wait, or are we good with the price right now?
I'm going to wait on that for now, though.
All right.
I'm going to wait on that for now.
All
yeah.
Right. Waiting for the decision here. So it's we'll call it a 1.5 best bet, not a double best bet, a 1.5 best bet.
Yeah,
is that fair?
There it is.
All right, there we go.
That's fair.
All right. On to the next game. Calgary Flames, Minnesota Wild. Wild minus 192 on the money line. A lot going on in Minnesota. Home game here for Minnesota. Totals at 6 minus 118 towards the under. Alex, let you lead the way on this one.
Getting cheap again on the Wild. Mm-hmm. They really made me sweat it out last game against Chicago. Not quite cheap enough yet for me though. I would like to bet some Wild if we can get like high 160s, maybe like minus 170, but we're not there yet. So frankly, I just kind of hope we don't get there so I can just stay away from this one for now. I love this Wild team, but yeah, they really made us sweat it out the other night. So don't love them for that.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Minnesota, especially on the ice there. So Money up next. Anything you like in this game?
Not really. I think that it still looks like that we're priced where we are. So I think there's so many games that this is one of those ones where I'm going to pass on. All
right, passing on this one. A lot of jokes. I guess maybe I shouldn't be joking about that stuff. Anyways, let's get into the next game here. Panthers taking on the Blues. Not as bad as what Geoff said. I'll still hold myself to that. Panthers minus 162 on the money line. Totals at 5.5. Minus 115, towards the over. Florida Panthers doing the thing that they always do, getting hot. It's like the Oilers thing that they do. Is the best way to describe it here. So Money, you like the Panthers at 162. The market seems to like them a lot. Is this a little too far for you though?
No. I think that this is not far enough. Okay. I do like the Panthers here. I like the way that they have been playing for the most part.
Money, just a heads up. Maurice did just say that Lundell is out today with an upper body injury, like literally like 2 minutes ago.
Connor,
so let's wait to lock it in then.
What?
Tarasov starting and then Lundell is out. Just a heads up on that.
Yeah, so
I would whatever. That's fine, but
I bet Florida at minus. Here, I gotta check here where I bet Florida. I bet Florida at minus 156. So we should be able to get a better number now. So just wait a bit before locking that in. Even with Tarasov, Lundell out was a bit of a surprise, but I do like Florida still. I like the way that they've been playing for the most part. They did lose against Utah, but I mean Utah's there. That was a good win for Utah, so I'm not going to punish Florida too much. And I think St. Louis is just bad. I think that they're not getting goaltending either right now. They're in one of their bad stretches that they've shown throughout the season that they get into. So I think that even with Tarasov in and Lindell out, I think that the Panthers are going to be too low here.
All right. Panthers still too. Well, they're going to be too low. We're going to wait for that price to trickle down a little bit. Play it later in the day. Alex, does this change your mind at all? Having Lindell and Tarasov, Lindell out, Tarasov in. Does that make you lean towards the Blues here? Talk us through this one.
Definitely no Blues interests at all. Tarasov has been really good, honestly. So like that's honestly maybe even like, I mean the baseline that he's provided, he hasn't really had any like blow up games. I felt pretty good about where his game has been, whereas Bob's been a lot more up and down. Like Bob's the better goalie, obviously, and not even close. But like Tarasov has been the better goalie this year, even though I don't think that continues forever. It is what it is. Like, I mean, he's been great. So I think that honestly just gets me a little bit even closer to Florida. St. Louis dealing with some significant injuries that are like, we don't know what's going to happen with that lineup right now. Kyrou, Neighbors, and Sundqvist, all game time decisions. So interesting to see what happens there. I will definitely bet Florida if one or two of those guys are out, but I'm going to wait and see what's happening here, where this line goes, what happens in pregame skate, who's in, who's out, and kind of try and sift through all that before I decide what to do.
All right. Where do we go now? Where do we go? Anyways, let's get into the next game. Wait and see for the Florida Panthers game. Again, Discord play, discord.gg/the hammer. San Jose Sharks taking on the Edmonton Oilers. That's what we got up next. Edmonton minus 205. Total is at 7. Minus 130 towards the under at FanDuel, but I see like a minus 116, minus 118 towards the under here. So getting pretty close to 7 even money at some spots out there. Alex, I'll let you lead the way on this one. Edmonton minus 205 on the money line, like I mentioned there before. Doing the thing they always do. Let's just mosey on in the first half of the season, and then it matters now. Let's turn a switch. Connor McDavid, best player in the league. Leon Draisaitl, incredible. By the way, anyways, I'm not going to talk about. I was going to go on a little tangent about Leon Draisaitl comparing him to a Leafs player, but I'm not going to talk about that. Alex, I'll let you lead the way. Anything you like for this game?
I mean, under 7. Like, come on. Sharks still not. Like, that game against the Canucks went over, but like it was a frantic first period, and then it was basically just power play goals for the rest of the way. Not a ton going on for San Jose at 5-on-5 still these days. And Edmonton has been, we talked about how Edmonton, like, it's not like their unders have been money, but like their games have not been super high event. I am definitely betting an under 7 here. I just don't know what the ceiling is for this one in terms of total. Like, have we hit the peak, or like when am I going to be betting this? But there's a minus 113 out there that I'm pretty close to just clicking and not even waiting at this point to see if I can get better, because who really needs better than under 7 minus 113?
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff out there. Listen, if you're feeling like a psychopath, there is FanDuel right now is taking some money on the under 7 right now, and you can get the over at plus 114. So it might have just moved, but it's kind of fluctuating. But we like the under there. We like it at that minus 113 price on the 7 that you said. Throw to so money. Anything you like here in this game?
Yeah, we're gonna make it a double best bet.
I
like this under quite a bit as well. Edmonton, they do give up a lot of chances, but for the most part, I think that the way that San Jose wants to play this game. Now, against the Canucks, it's a different story because the Canucks suck, right? So even if San Jose wants to tighten it up, I mean, like, you're going to score on the Canucks even though when you're not trying to. So I think that this game against Edmonton is going to be a little bit different. Even though Edmonton's giving up a lot of chances, I think that both teams are going to be okay with not having this get end to end. So I mean that creates a different dynamic than the San Jose Vancouver game. So so I agree with Alex. I do like the under here, and I don't think we need to wait. We can. I agree that we can go ahead with the 7.
Double best bet, go is what you guys are saying. It sounds like here. 3 games left on the board. Let's move on. No, let's skip that game. Let's go Anaheim, Vancouver. Ducks taking on the Canucks. Ducks minus 144 on the money line. So money. Your Canucks underdogs plus 120 at home. Are you going to the game tonight?
I'm not going to the game tonight. I have other commitments that are more important than watching the Canucks give up a bunch of goals. I do like the over.
Okay.
Over up to minus 125 is fine. You just got to bet Canucks overs right now. I know that the over didn't come through against the Penguins, but that was very unlucky that over didn't come through. The Ducks will have no problem creating ice for themselves. The Canucks will have no problems being a mess defensively. And usually the Canucks are good for 2 goals. And I think that they're going to give up 5 or 6. They'll score their 2, and let's just get out of here with the 6-2 loss.
Get out of there with a 6-2 loss is crazy. I feel the pain though, so many. I wish the Leafs could get a 6-2 loss tonight, so we can get ever so close to that bottom of the standings. Maybe we can beat you out there. Alex. So money likes the over 6.5 minus 125. You double best betting that. You like a side in this game, or are you just passing to the next one?
I'm just passing to the next one. No disagreement from me here. I see where so money's coming from with these Canucks overs. Maybe they will get a couple. Maybe it doesn't even matter if they get a couple, because maybe they do give up like 6, 7. But I really like how Dostal's been playing. So it's just enough to keep me off of this 6.5 at this price. But definitely not looking to bet it under. My taste in Canucks unders died in our head-to-head the other night when we had like 5 goals or 4 goals in the first like 8 minutes, and I was like, okay, well. And then I woke up to find I lost. I mean, I don't want to say lost by the hook on a 6.5. I lost the bet, but yeah, it was like, oh wow, I went to bed thinking that was like gonna finish with 13 goals, and it still somehow finished with 7, which is just a slap in the face. Done with Canucks unders. I agree that over or nothing for me, but it is nothing for me.
All right, over or nothing. But it seems like it's nothing. We were close to a double best bet, the third double best bet of the day, but nope, not getting there yet. Second last game on the board, Stars Knights. Should be one of the funner games to watch tonight. Vegas Golden Knights right now minus 120 on the money line. Totals at 6, minus 115 towards the under. If you like the over 6, minus 105, best price in market over at FanDuel. Alex, you like that? You're nodding your head. No. Okay.
No, I don't. I don't like an under either. I don't like anything in this game. I think that Dallas is just a team I'm really struggling to wrap my head around and price in any sort of regard right now. They're such a talented team, so good when they want to be, and just so disinterested a lot of times that it's just you never know what you're going to get from them. Vegas not all that dissimilar, and Vegas obviously like coming off that road trip here in their first game back, another sort of tricky spot. Just I honestly, nothing that could happen in this game would surprise me. I could see 1-0 for either team or 8-0 for either team. I don't know. I want no part of this game.
All right, looking for no part in this game. So money, any interest in this game? Stars, Golden Knights.
Is my microphone working?
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
All right, because I got a message here saying that it was disconnected. I'm a mess here, man. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Yeah, so the Vegas-Dallas game, I agree with Alex's thoughts. I mean, this is the epitome of a coin flip here. I think both these teams are gonna come at it. I think that we're gonna see we're probably going to see close to ceiling here from both teams. And when both of them are at the ceiling, you put a little bit of an advantage on Vegas for home ice, and you just let them get after it. So I think that going to be tight. I have no clue how this game is going to go, but this is the game that I will be watching tonight instead of the Canucks game. So, yeah.
All right.
Nothing there, though.
Looks like chosen in the chat saying Vegas puck line. A lot of these puck lines, if you like them, FanDuel, best price in market, especially for this -1.5 plus 205 on the Vegas Golden Knights. Last game on the board for us to touch on. Maybe we can just skip over it. Who knows? Leafs, Kraken. Kraken -114 at home. Leafs have to go on a bit of a road trip here after a horrible homestand. Totals at 6.5 due towards the under -118. You wonder at what point they start selling. Don't know if they will. Who knows what's going to happen there. But so Money, I know you've been a Leafs backer for a little bit of time here. You kind of were off it now, but now is this a time where it seems like they're a little depressed in market here? You want to get back on the Leafs train?
I do. I think that we've gone way too far here. We're starting to see some plus money on Toronto. I actually like them up to -110. Seattle, yeah, they're fine. They've been playing okay. That Washington game, I think, was a bit of an aberration. I don't feel that's going to continue with Seattle playing at that level. And I think that we are just way too depressed on Toronto here. So, yeah, I think that we'll see a strong Leafs team, or I should say strong Leafs team, but a strong Leafs effort. And I think that that's probably going to be enough to get the win here if Seattle is playing above their kind of baseline.
All right. You like the Leafs here. There's a +101 out there, which was a head scratcher to me. If you look off out into the ocean, off of the shore, as the kids would say. I don't know if you guys heard that knock. Someone just knocked on our door here mid-recording. Jacob has to go outside and handle that situation. Not sure what's happening here. But we will trek along. I might have you guys stick around a little bit because I can't end the show without them. Alex, if you have any interest in this game, talk us through this one here.
Strong Leafs effort. That's something to hang your hat on. I don't know that we can bank on that, but I also think Seattle sucks. So no interest in the side here. I think I bet an over earlier. No real over prices available right now that I would be interested in. Plus money 6.5 or like a -125 6 is what I'd be looking for. So if that does come back and we can get that, that would be my look here. Just a Leafs team that is appalling defensively, and Seattle team that is not much better in that regard. So I think very, very, very leaky game, chance for a ton of opportunities at both ends. I think both goalies will be very busy, and I like an over here, but I guess not technically an official play right now because it has drifted and nothing really out there right now that is bettable in my opinion.
All right, nothing bettable in this game. And that wraps things up. Quick rundown of what we have for today. So Money, I'm going to run through your card here. You like the Avs -120. That's a double best bet. You like Utah, Carolina, under 6, -110. Buffalo, -125. That's a head-to-head. Washington, +105. On the money line, Edmonton, San Jose, under 7, -118. Another double best bet. Then we have Vancouver, Anaheim, over 6.5, -125. And then finally closing it out with Toronto, -105-ish, 110-ish. I'll write that down as 110. -110 here, even though you can get plus money on them, which is actually, no, what am I saying? 105 is available. I'm looking at the wrong side. 105. Alex, Avs -120, another double best bet. Rangers money line +114. Good luck to you and Albert. Two -170s, Carolina and Pittsburgh. Interesting stuff here, laying a little bit of juice, but we like it. Kings +110 head-to-head with So Money. And then finally Edmonton, San Jose under 7, -118, double best bet for
Caps Wings over as well.
Caps.
And I love how you gave me the absolute worst price in market on the Rangers, but that's fine. It is what it is.
I gave you the FanDuel price. That's what I'm locked in on.
Oh, got it. The strong FanDuel lead, sharp number as always. Market is painted +115, +118, +120, but again, very sharp number at FanDuel as always. They They know what side to shade.
All right, 115. What was the Caps and Wings? Caps and Wings over 6, you said?
Yeah, we'll go to -110. That's fine.
Over 6, -110. All right. That wraps up today's show. Jacob is back, so we're good to go. Appreciate you guys. So money. Alex, we'll chat next Tuesday.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
See you next Tuesday.
Awesome stuff there. Well, interesting stuff, Alex. You're going to get us in trouble here with the network. Anyways, great stuff there, as always, from the Edgework guys. Appreciate you guys joining the show. Appreciate you tuning in. Do us a favor, smash the like button. Goes a long way on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. Jacob, was that my Uber Eats order?
Yes.
Did they complain about the tip?
They said they spat in it.
All right, sounds good. Get a little extra flavor in the food. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Geoff. Sorry to Geoff as well for misinterpreting his take there. Never want to do that. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to So Money. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys tuning in for today. This has been the Thursday, January 29th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Bang Network, presented by our good friends at FanDuel. We will see you guys tomorrow for Friday.